There is something you must know. I am not like other women. I am the goddess of the river. Please, you must never tell anyone. Once upon a time, there lived a goddess. A beautiful and stunning river goddess. She loved her home in the river, but sometimes she liked to walk among people. Her favorite place to visit was the village market. The market was always full of life. Women sold fruits and vegetables, men sold baskets and mats, and children ran around playing. The goddess enjoyed watching people laugh, bargain, and tell stories. But there was one rule she had to follow. She must return to the river before the sun went down. If she stayed outside after sunset, she would be stuck and unable to return to her home in the river. For many years, she obeyed this rule. She would walk around, smile at the sellers, look at the goods, and always hurry back to the river before the sun touched the hills. But one day, something happened. That day, while walking through the market, she noticed a young man. He was tall, strong, and very handsome. He sat by his stall, weaving mats and baskets with his hands. His smile was bright, and his laughter was warm. The goddess stopped and watched him. She pretended to look at the baskets, but in truth, she was admiring him. She bought one mat from him, then another, just so she could hear him speak. She was so lost in her thoughts that she did not see the sky turning red. She forgot the rule. The sun went down, and before she knew it, it was too late. The goddess was stuck. She could not return to her home in the river. The market began to close. Sellers packed their goods. Children followed their mothers. The once busy place grew quiet. The young man noticed the goddess still standing there. He asked kindly, "Lady, where is your home? It is late. Should I walk you there?" The goddess quickly made up a story. She could not tell him the truth. "So," she said, "my family lives in a faraway village. I only come here sometimes to buy things." The young man nodded. He was gentle and polite. He said, "Then you must not walk alone in the night. Come, you can stay at my house until morning. Tomorrow, you may return to your family." The goddess had no choice. She agreed. That night, at his home, the young man gave her food and water. He treated her with respect and kindness. For the first time, the river goddess felt safe outside her waters. The next morning, she pretended she had to travel back. But of course, she could not go anywhere. She returned to the market again. And again, she saw him. Day after day, she visited him. Week after week, they talked. Month after month, they grew close. Soon, their friendship became love. The goddess and the market man became husband and wife. For a long time, they lived happily. But the goddess kept her secret. She never told anyone who she truly was. She only told her husband that she came from a distant place. One night, when the moon was bright and the village was quiet, she looked into his eyes and whispered, "There is something you must know. I am not like other women. I am the goddess of the river. Please, you must never tell anyone. If people find out, I will be forced to leave and never return." The young man was shocked, but he loved her deeply. He promised never to tell a soul. But promises are sometimes broken. One day, while talking to a close friend, he let the secret slip. "My wife is not just a woman," he said proudly. "She is the goddess of the river." The friend's eyes grew wide. The news spread quickly. People whispered, people gossiped. Some admired her beauty. Others grew jealous. Soon, the whole village knew. When the goddess heard the whispers, her heart sank. She had trusted her husband, but now the secret was gone. She walked to the river with tears in her eyes. She turned to him and said, "You broke your promise. Because of this, I must return home. I cannot walk among people anymore." The young man begged her to stay. He cried, he held her hands. But it was too late. The goddess stepped into the water. Slowly, the river swallowed her, and she was gone. From that day, she never came out again. The villagers often said they could feel her presence in the waters. Sometimes, on quiet nights, they believed they could hear her voice in the wind. And the young man, he never forgot her. He kept her baskets and mats, holding them close, remembering the love he once had. The river goddess never returned, but her story lived on. A story of love, trust, and the danger of broken promises.